Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Advaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, only 3 students.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay, we'll be just waiting for another 2 minutes. So by that time, others will be joining. I know, but they should join on time. By the time we will try to open our file because every time it will take in time. कहाँ तक किए हैं हम लोग? पेज नंबर याद रखने के लिए बोला किसी. I told to remember page number.
April 20, 1974, Hyderabad, morning walk.
Yes, this is done. This is also devotion to teach Kshatriya because this is necessary in society. This is also devotion. Till here we did. If I am correctly remembering. Yes. Till here we did. Today we are going to discuss also one more important thing. Anyone got the time to look back or look into the Brahmana and Vaishnava, the speech given by the Bhakti Siddhanta? Anyone?
No, Prabhuji, not yet.
Achha, okay. It's very important. Everything actually. Really, I'm really very much wondered actually. Why you can say why they actually we we've postponed this mission for the many years, many decades actually. After giving the very clear instruction actually. Bhakti Siddhanta was fighting against the caste system exclusively in that, so that essay, you can say it's a speech actually. In that speech, he's giving the hundreds of examples, and first he glorifies the Brahmanas. That means Brahmana is means whether he's from the caste Brahmana or the quality Brahmana, no, that point he didn't take. He simply glorifies the Brahmana because it is glorified in the Shastra. As per the Shastra, he glorifies. Then after that, so he clearly mentions, so Brahmana means he is not coming from the caste. So caste Brahmana, how he cannot be a, that means you cannot simply blindly, so based upon the birth, you cannot say that he is a Brahmana. And he is going to give the lot of, that means so many other references, how it is dangerous to consider like this, and what are the loopholes. Just if you accept someone as Brahmana based upon the birth, so what are the possibilities of the corruption he mentions. So that's why, because you may say by birth, because in the previous karma he is going to take birth, then he explains what is that karma. So you cannot simply say that the previous karma is a cause for the getting birth as a Brahmana, birth in the Brahmana family. And also one may say samskara they are doing, and that's why Brahmana only will come. And once again, he is also defeating that. And also he, after that, establishes Brahmana means not just by the caste, but Brahmana means you have to understand from the qualities. Then how these qualities can be attained. So for that, so Vaishnavas can have all the Brahmanical qualities, because the qualities of the Brahmana are included in the Vaishnava. So that's why whoever is taking the Pancharatri Diksha. So we were discussing actually on that day. So this Pancharatri Diksha is only the so for the worshipping. But here Bhakti Siddhanta mentions this Pancharatri Diksha is, yeah, definitely it is for worshipping. That will bring one automatically, if anyone follows strictly that nicely, so then automatically he will be coming to the Brahmanical platform. All the qualities of Brahmana will be manifesting. So then he is mentioning such a Vaishnava can be a Brahmana, and they are eligible to do worship of the Lord in the temple. So like that, whoever is a Vaishnava, so who is practicing sincerely bhakti, he can get the Brahmanical qualities. So that's why this is the right method, not just by caste. And he is challenging the present existing caste system. Even in the Mahabharata and even so many Dharma Shastras, it is clearly mentioned that caste coming from the birth. More than 20 Dharma Shastras are speaking like that. Caste. And also we see so many examples which are coming from the caste. That means they are becoming so their Varna is decided. And he is going to give a revolutionary talk actually there. This movement is going to revive even the so many Dharma Shastras, whatever the opinion given by the so-called acharyas like Jaimini, Yajnavalkya, and so on. So we are going to reject all them actually. By showing these different Dharma Shastras, these karmis actually, karma kandis. So they are so proud of becoming the Brahmana, and they are also establishing their lineage is a Brahmanical lineage. And they do the monopoly for this several centuries like this, and they finally so destroyed the society. And now this Krishna conscious movement is going to revive everything. Even the acharyas who favorably spoke, and all those Smriti Shastras simply reject on the strength of the Mahabharata and Bhagavatam sentences. And that's why it's like a revolutionary talk actually. This Krishna conscious movement is going to just finish all the so-called Hinduism and so-called casteism, and just monopoly is going on by birth. They are becoming the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas and controlling the whole society. And just that is leading to so many intellectual people are not convinced with this. And then after that, so they are now tending to go towards the modern systems, because like capitalism, communism, socialism. So these ideas they started taking, and this is because no intellectual people can accept this kind of thing. So rigidly just imposing you are just by birth Brahmana, and Bhaktisiddhanta is giving such a very wonderful, that means pramanas for this. Then after that, finally, so he establishes Brahmana means by the qualities, Brahmana means not by the caste. After that, next step, he will go for the further, the Vaishnavas. How the Vaishnavas are so glorious than that means how they are glorious. And all the qualities are manifesting. And who are just any other personality in the society, not having any quality, and simply on the name of Brahmana, so who are claiming and not having any qualities. So how they are very lower than this, and who are not worshipping the Lord, and karma kandis, they are doing the karma kanda, and they are just becoming the so-called Brahmana. So they are not at all, so nothing in front of these Vaishnavas, and they don't manifest any good qualities, and they are rejected by the Shastra from the Bhagavatam, and many places, hundreds of quotations he gave actually. So like that, he establishes Vaishnavas are very far superior than the Brahmanas, and all that means that is so-called lineage Brahmanas, and all the Brahmanical qualities, whatever you are expecting, that can be seen in the Vaishnava. Then after that, so every Vaishnava is Brahmana, then what is the Varnāśrama? Then Ekavarna? Ekavarna? So this can come now, actually, no. So Ekavarna is going to work? No. Now this Vaishnava is a pure Brahmana. And in the conditioned state, there are the four. He will be divided into four. So in the conditioned state, that is a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. And Vaishnava is pure Brahmana. Okay? You have to understand this. That means who became perfect in the devotion, he is a pure Brahmana, means all the Brahmanical qualities are there. So, but in the conditioned state, the four, then who is in that conditioned state? According to our diagram, who is in the conditioned state? Who will be coming under the Varnāśrama?
Karmarpanam stage.
Who? Who means?
Karmis.
Karmis, Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama, who?
Kanishta.
Kanishta. So then he will say, I request all of you to come on the time. So that will be good. Maybe next time onwards, you will be following this. Because everything, that means like even the devotees, they go for marriage with this Smartha way. And they just follow all the rituals given by this Smartha way. And he was just, anyway, I will make read of his words and then make you realize. So let me now explain me the thing what I want to explain. So the Kanishtas I am saying, first of all, let us go with these Kanishtas. Then advanced platform of Vaishnava, I think this above. Gradual advancement, yes. Madhyama, yes. This is Kanishta, yes. In this material world, this is Bhaktisiddhanta's words. This is an appendix given by him only in this. In this world, in this material world, we find that the Vaishnavas are situated in three different levels. Actually, all animate objects are servants of Krishna. Ordinary people as well as Kanishta, ordinary people as well as Kanishtadhikari and Madhyamadhikari, Vaishnavas consider those who don't exhibit any symptoms of inclination towards Krishna as averse to Hari. That means ordinary people, Kanishtadhikari and Madhyama, they see, so whoever is worshipping the Hari, who are inclined towards the Krishna, so they think that they are the devotees, they treat that they are as the devotees. But Uttama, everyone see him as a superior than him, because he is seeing everyone's heart as the Lord. And also he don't see any other thing actually. Even he see that even the stones and inanimate also devotees, and they are doing more devotion than him. Anyway, that is another thing. So, but here, Kanishta, Madhyama, all other people also, if they are doing devotion, they consider themselves as not having they are not having the aversion towards Hari, like that. Anyway, this is not the important point, but for our discussion, but it is important for our discussion. But although they are non-devotees, they are nevertheless servant of Lord Vishnu. Even non-devotees also servants of Vishnu only, because every part and parcel is servant of the Vishnu. So, but this cannot be seen by the ordinary people, Kanishta and Madhyama, Uttama Desi. Okay, Lord Vasudeva is situated in everyone's heart. If Lord Vishnu were not present in everyone, in every higher or lower objects of this material world, then nothing could exist. We can see that the servants of Vishnu who are in the platform of Kanishta Adhikara have started worshipping of deity of the Lord Vishnu with faith, but haven't yet realized themselves. That is why the Vaishnava on the Kanishta Adhikari platform are glorified by Srimad Bhagavata as materialistic rather than transcendental. Next, the gradual advancement. First of all, you understood Kanishta Adhikari. That means they have faith. Faith means you should understand that it is what kind of faith? Komal Shraddha. It's a Komal Shraddha. They are having that kind of faith. And but, so they have to cultivate their devotion. But they are not having the full devotion. That means devotee means who? Who surrendered fully. He is only devotee. Prabhu Goswami is saying to whom? Devotee actually. Huh? So am I devotee? I am not devotee. You are a devotee? We are not devotee actually. Maybe one or two devotee, I don't know. But in generally, so we are practicing, we are aspiring to become devotee. But we are not fully devotees. Devotee means who devoted actually for the Lord 24 hours. He is a devotee actually. Okay. So Kanishta Adhikari is not considered as a devotee. He is a prakruta, materialistic person only is considered. Because doing some devotion is not sufficient to become a devotee actually. Okay. So that is a known fact for all of us. The same thing is, so we are seeing here.
Prabhuji,
But the advancement of Kanishta Adhikari, how it happens. So that you have to see. The neophytes, while serving the Supreme Lord with great faith, attain the mercy of the Lord. Then they get the opportunity to gradually give up their material conceptions. At the time, the desire for sense enjoyment, the performance of pious activities, and even the position of the mundane impersonalist who searches after Brahman appear insignificant to these Kanishta Adhikari Vaishnavas. For these Kanishta Adhikari Vaishnavas, what thing will appear insignificant? One is desire for sense enjoyment, performance of pious activities, even the mundane impersonalist also, for them, so appear as what? Insignificant. So they can become detached from material objects. Then their pride born of Varna and wealth, as well as their material sense gratification, begin to diminish. While cultivating spiritual life, the materialistic Vaishnavas change their platform just as a leech. Leech man ante jalaga. Change its color. Leech jalaga na?
Yes,
yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Huh? Jalagena
Yes.
Mataji.
Avunu,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Huh?
Leech and Prabhuji.
Telugu madam, sorry. Telugu Mataji, sir. Teachers. One second. I want to. Acha. Finally, my one note is disappeared. Very good thing happened actually. My one note gone. अभी कहाँ से बनाऊं मैं अभी? One note में कैसे जाए? One drive. Okay. नोटबुक कहाँ है? ये ऑनलाइन में है ना, ये तो बहुत
आप कीजिए आज देखिए।
you are able to see? Yes.
Yes,
हाँ,
Prabhuji.
अच्छा. What you understood there? Like our diagram. This is there. And it's able to see properly only, na? This is okay. Actually, before full Shraddha, one is considered as Kanishta. क्या हुआ? So he is having. So what Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur Goswami Maharaj is saying, you can see Kanishta their pride born of Varna and wealth as well as their material sense gratification begin to diminish. Then that means whoever is here who didn't have full Shraddha, so those are all Kanishta Adhikaris. They will be having the pride for what? Varna. And also wealth. So what is the symptoms of Kanishta? At that time, the desire for sense and so what you say, they can become detached from material objects, their pride born of Varna. So they see material enjoyment, performance of pious activities, mundane, that means even impersonalist, considering him as inferior. This kind of, so they see like that. But when they practice, keep on bhakti, then they become detached from the objects. So the neophytes, while serving the Supreme Lord with great faith, attain the mercy of the Lord. So that's why when Kanishta Bhakta is practicing his bhakti and also getting the association, in the association of pure devotees, is getting the mercy of the pure devotees, then what will happen? So then they get an opportunity to gradually give up their material conception. They will be trying to give up the material conception. Material conception they cannot give up. आज आया भक्ति में, कल से मैं शुद्ध भक्त हो गया, ऐसा नहीं होता है. So it takes the time, but means most of the kanishtas, so it will take the time. So give up their material conception gradually. At that time, so then what will happen? Their desire for sense enjoyment, the performance of pious activities, and then even the position of mundane impersonalist who searches after Brahman appear insignificant to these Kanishtadhikari Vaishnavas. They then detach from the material objects. Then their pride born of Varna and wealth as well as their material sense gratification begin to diminish. So that means by the devotion it will diminish. And also by regularly hearing and by practicing devotion, they will be coming to the stage of full Shraddha. And then they will be placed into the pure devotional platform. Oh, eraser काम नहीं कर. Okay. This is the thing actually. Like that means while cultivating spiritual life, the materialistic Vaishnavas change their platform just as a leech changes its color. Then they will come to the, once they got full Shraddha, they are placed into the pure devotion. That is a Madhyama, which is we also see in the Madhuri Kadambani. Madhyamadhikari, one should be at least Madhyamadhikari to be into the pure devotional platform, Durashraddha. Okay. So from this, what you are understanding, then Varnāśrama system is needed in what stage? Varnāśrama system is needed in this stage. In this stage, there is a need of Varnāśrama, Daiva Varnāśrama. So because they have still the, so the bodily material conception of life is there in the case of Kanishta Bhaktas. Who didn't develop full Shraddha, they are known as Kanishta Bhaktas. They have still the material conception. For that, then you have to divide them actually based upon their qualities. And once they come to the pure devotional platform, they will be coming to the transcendental platform where all the Brahmanical qualities are included in him, naturally included in him. And such a pure devotee can help to organize this kind of Varnāśrama, this kind of society actually, identifying the people's character based upon their qualities, so help guiding them, so respectively. So that means what I want to say here, what the acharyas are giving is absolutely so is whatever said in the scriptures also. They draft out. Now, the important point here, we should take one more point. While in the Kanishta stage, one has to follow the Smriti. That means Smriti Shastras. That means how to Smriti Shastras what? Anyway, these Kanishta Adhikaris also not encouraged to do what? They are not encouraged to do the Kamya Karma. Kamya Karma. So how many karma we have? We have 5 types of karma. Nitya Karma. Second is Naimittika. Third one is Kamya. Fourth one is Nishiddha. And fifth one is Prayaschitta. Okay. So this is for this society, to develop this society, there is no need of Kami Karma, prescribing the Kami Karma. Yes? Kami Karma is not needed. One good thing is, here, we can colors, we can access immediately. Colors can be easily accessed. Anyway, there is disadvantage and there is advantage.
Prabhuji, same with Nishiddha and Prayaschitta karmas also, right?
Yeah. So Nishiddha Karma, also Prayaschitta Karma will not be there, because we are not, Kami Karma means satisfying the demigods for getting the material results. Because he already, so that's why major Karma Kanda section is out. Bhakti Siddhanta, left and right, he smashes out all this Karma Kanda. Is not needed at all for this society. Because that kind of Varnāśrama is not necessary actually. So really, the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can see the vision of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that essay given by the Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj. So that's why Kami Karma means satisfying the demigods and getting the results is out, ruled out. Nishiddha is also ruled out, and Prayaschitta. Only thing is Nitya and Naimitya Karmas. Nitya Karma is Sandhya Vandan. Example. Sandhya Vandanam, and Naimitya Karmas is Samskaras, especially. So these things actually, we have to focus these two. So for this, Nitya Karma is also so many Dharma Shastras and so many Acharyas, mundane Acharyas gave the different Nitya Karma Puja Vidhanam. Nitya Karma Puja Vidhan. Aap Banaras jayenge, if you go to the Banaras, you will find so many books on this. So many authors. So you worship Durga like this, you worship this mantra, chant, you should this mantra, that mantra. Nitya Karma Puja Vidhanam means how to worship in as a Brahmana, as a worshipper, how to worship the Devatas in the temple, and how to worship you are in the house, so and so. And how to do Sandhya Vandan, everything these explain. And Naimitya Karma, how to do the marriage ceremony and other various ceremonies, Garbhadana, Vidyarambha, and so and so, Jata Karma, Gruha Pravesa, all these ceremonies. So for this, very unfortunately, we have to follow Vaishnava Smritis, but unfortunately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted this whole society to follow Vaishnava culture only, because in every village and town, so Krishna's names has to be glorified, and no Karma Kanda section in this whole world for the coming 10,000 years. Just you forget it. So now enough is enough happened. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted this, but unfortunate thing is, many after the immediately Goswamis disappear, and within 100 years of span, so once again in the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they took shelter of the Smarta Brahmanas for this everything, Nitya and Naimitya Karmas. So that's why Bhakti Siddhanta is expressing his heartfelt, so deep, what we say, repention actually. Repenting he is. So for what? Why our Vaishnavas are taking the shelter of these outside peoples, that means Smarta Smriti Shastras. That means outside people, they define the Smriti. That why we have to follow. We have our own Hari Bhakti Vilas, and we have our own Satkriya Saradipika. So, and I will make you read that, and we will hear his words also. So when the people will come and open this Hari Bhakti Vilas, and it will be always like in the dark room only, like that he is saying. Will it be like that only? Nobody is going to revive this. Nobody is going to accept this. Our Acharyas, our Sanatan wrote and our Gopal Bhatta wrote. So like that. So that's why these two things for this system here. For this area, what do we have to do? So Nitya and Naimittik karma will be defined based upon Haribhakti Vilasa and Satkrit Saradipika. And what about the occupation? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya occupation. That means so protecting the people and getting the livelihood for the Kshatriya, doing the agriculture and getting the livelihood for the Vaishya, and so for the Shudras assisting the above three. For the Brahmanas, Nitya and Naimittik karmas are followed based upon Haribhakti Vilasa and Satkrit Saradipika. So Kshatriya duties anyway, it is there in all the Artha Shastras and different Shastras, how to manage the things. That is the material science. Where there is no worship not there. And Vaishyas also how to do agriculture, it is there in the various Shastras. Various practices are there, which is very conducive to, which is not sinful. Those practices will take. So now how much difficulty? Is there any difficulty to define this society? Major thing is worshipping. So that is there here. And for Kshatriyas, we have different books, how to manage the society and how to do agriculture and how to product the cows. It is also there in the Vaishya. That's material science. And Sudras, they will be humble and serving. How to be humble, we have to teach. That's all. This is the Varnāśrama. And it is already well defined by these 6 Goswamis themselves. They gave everything. No need to see any kind of smartha systems in our culture actually, in Gaudiya Vaishnava culture. Our temples, how to start a temple, how to install a deity, how to worship and how to take care, everything is given. How to do Sandhya Vandan, how to do samskaras for the Vaishnava families in this Kanishta Adhikaris, Vaishnava families. So like this, you have to have transcendental Varnāśrama system. This transcendental Varnāśrama system actually. So because all are trying to become pure devotees. That is the goal. And that kind of culture, that kind of society, has to come. Okay. This is the goal. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji,
clear?
first question. I'm trying to understand, Prabhuji. So the first question is, so these 5 types of karmas are only regarding the worship. They are not related to occupational duties.
No. I asked actually many teachers in Dharma Shastra in Banaras Hindu University, who teaches Banaras Dharma Shastra, Guru actually. I asked this Kshatriya Vaishya that's ruling this Kshatriya activities, protecting the people. It will come under which? That is not a major thing actually. That is also karma. So which is needed to maintain body actually. That's compulsory. That is not a special thing to define as a specific karma. That is obviously, that means majorly Nitya Naimittika, if you don't do, it will become sin. So that is the Nitya karma. If you do, you'll get the if you don't do, you'll get sin, and if you do, you'll get the result. That is the Naimittika. So that property is not there. For running the basic society is needed, and it is defined by the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita also, it is an eternal principle. This is eternal principle means in this material world, eternally it is existing. That is the way. Maybe in the perverted way it will be in the other time, but that is natural, obvious. So that's why people, that is what are the duties of Kshatriya Rajadharma is extensively discussed in the Shanti Parva. All how to handle the opposite enemies and how to treat, and Brahma is giving this so extensive, elaborative thing actually. How to be sense controlled, king means everything. So those are all there. And main part is by that one will not be corrupted actually. By what one will be corrupted? When they accept the smarta way of doing the worship. That is dangerous actually. That is obvious. That is even the smartas also, they follow the same style of the Kshatriya work and Vaishya work. They also put the seed in the earth and produce the grains. But one thing, they will be using the smarta systems. So they will be having the consciousness. Smartas, they define, they overrule the society for the thousands of years. They are controlling the society. So now they are guiding the Vaishya. So while you put the seeds, then you should chant the Devi mantra or the Shiva mantra. This is the problem they are bringing actually. You're understanding? The worship part is the fully controlled by the smartas. That has to be removed out now. But external activity is okay. Putting seed in the earth is needed actually to get the germination, and after that getting the crop. So for the yielding, so then it is needed. It's obvious. But the consciousness of the Vaishya is guided by whom? By the Smarta Brahmana actually.
So Prabhuji, here you are talking about the society at large, not the devotee community.
No, it's a society at large, everything, devotee community, everything.
We don't see this type of worship in devotee community.
So in devotee community, you see this. If you see the marriages, devotees, and they have still faith on that means they have faith on their own birth. I am the Brahmana and I follow I need a Brahmana girl. Even someone Sudra, and he got Brahmana initiated now, and he is having a daughter, and that daughter is treated as a Sudra daughter only. Yes or no?
No.
90% of people are.
I don't know in India. Here, nothing like that. Here, we simply, very simple marriage system, just the mantras. We do Mangala Charana, even the Yagya, just Vaishnava they do here.
But if you, that is actually the devotee community population in outside India is almost all 10%. Recently, calculations are done. Less than 10% actually. You can understand this. So the most prevailing thing is still the whole society, Hindu and the Indian culture, Vedic culture means smartas. They are overruling the whole society actually. You know?
I think this is like all these changes have happened later on because I also saw in India also I visited some temple communities, and they actually encourage that you should not give up your culture, that you have grown up, what you are taught by your father, grandfather, that is your culture. We shouldn't you lose that culture. So now you should also observe all the festivals that they observe in India, Ganesh Puja also, but in a Vaishnava. So they introduced all these things in devotee communities. I saw that happens only in India. Here, very simple. What Srila Prabhupada said, you just follow that. So that actually gives them a type of surrender. You just do what Srila Prabhupada said, and you can actually see in their consciousness there's no confusion of so many things, this, that, and so many things are not there. That's what I have observed.
But also they have the different problems there. There are different problems there we are seeing. And here seeing we have different problems. And also there's a full-fledged society is not at all there. They do, that means the same way of sense gratification. So even sometimes you can see the very senior devotees, they will be coming out from the Vaishnava dressing also, normal way of going and doing everything, and then wearing the dresses once again and coming to India. This obviously we are seeing. So most of the people actually, I don't say most, but we are seeing that kind of things also.
What's the problem in wearing this dress? Prabhupada said when you go for book distribution, you can wear this.
Not about grihasthas, I'm saying. The sannyasis, brahmacharis, and different who has to maintain their etiquette. So that means if the country is not allowing the another thing. So, but the very casual actually, casual in the culture. Casual in the culture means the Vaishnava culture. So that is also impact in the due course of the time. It will introduce so many things, that kind of tendencies. Anyway, the main point is, it's not that so there is no need of any Varnāśrama system there. It is needed there also. Because the not only thing is, so Varnāśrama means not only just, Prabhupada is not saying the only the worship and the way of, so earning livelihood, everything comes under the Varnāśrama system, definitely.
That's
So
why I
because
was
Bhakti,
asking. That's why
yeah,
I was asking here, when you talk about karmas, there's no talk about means of earning livelihood, because it is said that is understood, it's material, you're supposed to know that. Stress is
yeah,
given on the types of worship. So if this is the main
because
problem, how we earn
Bhakti,
our livelihood, if
Bhak,
that is the
Bhak,
problem, then there
Bhak,
should be
we please
education
hear.
given in that field.
I understood, Mataji. So please understand the Acharya what he is saying. So you have to see that at the time of Bhakti Siddhanta, such a demonic way of earning is not there. So, but when the Prabhupada came, then he condemned actually. Prabhupada said in the left and right, why you have to work in the factories? It's a useless business. So the time the Acharya is coming, he is saying at the Bhakti Siddhanta time, what is the main predominant problem? The Brahminic, so-called Brahmana, Smartha Brahmanas are so overruling the whole society and demonstrating that Vedic culture means Smartha culture is the Vedic culture. But that is not. The Shastra is saying, Bhagavad is saying that Bhagavad culture is the highest. And this is the highest. And this has to be, so bring to the top. But the main next point is what? The way of the livelihood. People are most of the people are working in the fields and earning livelihood. So nobody at that time, factories also not there in 1920s. Nothing, no factories in India. So 80 to 90% population is there in the villages only. So that's why that is not prominently seen in his things. But when you come to the Prabhupada, he blasted actually anything, like anything. Why you have to work in the factories? Yes or no? He said or not? Is
Yeah,
Udra
and
Karma, he said or not?
he did that, and he gave an option. He opened farm communities. He said, you come
Yes.
here, I'm giving you an alternative.
Yes. So that is the thing. So that's why in the Bhakti Siddhanta teachings we are not seeing, that is another thing. That is I explained, this is the thing. But the time to time, Acharya, whatever the predominant problem is there, they are so putting their stress on that. Their main preaching is focused on that. So now the point is, Varnāśrama is only not the just to worship Brahmana, the way of the earning livelihood. Because in the Dharma Shastra, in the Bharata, Mahabharata, if you see, is a manual for us. So how the one should earn the livelihood is given there. So one should be Kshatriya, should be earning livelihood by collecting tax, and for that he should give the protection. Bhagavad Gita is saying how to do the livelihood. So by Brahmana, Patan Patan, Yajan Yajan, Dana Pratigruhnati. And for the Kshatriya, so he will be giving the protection to the people and collecting tax. And Vaishya, Krushi, when Goraksha, Vanijam. The Bhagavad Gita is a reference. So Bhagavad Gita is a reference for us. And that is the system. And we cannot allow anything against the principles of the nature. That is the Vaishnavism actually. So our discussion is what? Mainly here, Kanishtas. So has to, main point what I want to stress here, has the Varna feeling will be there. Because bodily conception of life is there means there is a, so concept of Varna is there. But when they associate devotees and when keep on doing the devotion, then what will happen? The bodily conception will be over. Then they are in the platform of, so spiritual platform in the pure devotion. Their Shraddha will be increased. That's the thing actually.
One
And now
question
the
here.
important thing is the Vaishnava Smritis, Haribhakti Vilas and so Satkri Saradipika, and these systems has to be highlighted actually, has to be brought into the practice. Yes, Mataji.
So Kanishtas are having this, they identify themselves with the Varna, and for them it is essential so that they can, they can be elevated to the pure devotional platform. Now, is it essential that someone who is not in the platform of karma to actually, can he directly be elevated to bhakti without having to go through this, now you identify yourself as this varna, that varna? Is that essential? Or can he
Till-
directly be elevated to bhakti?
So till the time he has bodily conception of life, it has to be identified. So someone still in the bodily conception of life means, so he has the bodily needs and demands. He's a feeling need of the family, wife, children, so and so. It's a bodily conception of life. He wants to enter into the grihastha life. So then how to engage them actually? So then that's why Prabhupada made them to get married and go to West Virginia, New Vrindavan project. Go there and do the farming and other activities. So start the community. That's why he gave that.
Why Srila Prabhupada didn't stress on the, having our own government aspect because majorly we see all over the world, there's just farm communities. The stress was on growing your own food and, maybe your own clothing. But that was the main simple living and high thinking. You grow your food, you live on the farm, and then you focus on Krishna consciousness. That was the stress given, as I understand. Why there was not this idea about Kshatriyas then?
So because Kshatriyas are, he is saying, na, Kshatriya training is needed. You should teach how to kill. And that is the last instruction. And because people are not mature enough means they are very early actually. So he should balance both. Balancing of pure devotion, teaching of pure devotion. And also his movement should not take the shape of some material movement. And it's a very crucial time. Within 11 years, what is nothing actually? How many years? 1965 to 77. So 77, almost all maybe 12 years. So 12 years of period of time, bringing all the concepts to the fresh, brand new people is very difficult actually. So let them begin with at least grow food. But he spoke in public. He didn't speak because in public, if he speak, people will get some different impression. But to whom we are very close to him, in the morning walks, room conversations, you can see much about this kind of discussions because they are very close to him. Now he is expressing. Now the movement has to take this shape. And for example, you see, you are producing your food and 10 families, 100 families are there. Nicely, you are having the food and everything. And ahara nidra bhaya maitunam. Bhaya. Protection is obvious, is a necessary bodily necessity actually. Kshatriya is a bodily necessity. Protection is a bodily necessity. If you have sufficient wealth, people will attack on you. And they will grab everything from you. Then how you will do? You need protection. So that's why Kshatriya principle will come obviously in the next moment. And also he told 100 times Varnāśrama college. 100 times he's told, train the people in these things. Most crucial part is designing curriculum for the Brahmana is a crucial thing actually. That is done by the Sanatana Goswami and Gopal Bhatta Goswami by them. The major work already they finished. Then what be remaining? Kshatriya and Vaishya. So Vaishya work we have so many people to teach. So because how to do the farming, there are so many good techniques are there which are not harmful and no chemical fertilizers and pesticides. And how to care the cows also is there. Lot of people, because some good Vaishyas, bad Vaishyas, they are starting factories, and good Vaishyas, they are promoting cow protection and agriculture. Vaishyas are there many in the society. So that's why that is not a problem. Vaishya also easily can be cultivated. Only problem is it's Kshatriya actually now. Because training the leaders because that is a crucial part actually. Because the whole society will be standing on with the leader actually. Brahmanas also should be protected and Vaishya also should be protected. So training the leaders is a crucial thing that is pending actually. If that is done, then farm communities will become successful. If that is not there, Brahmana and Vaishya are there in the farm community and Shudras are there, then farm community will not stay for the long time. Because there is a ruler actually, powerful ruler is needed. And for him, what is dharma is also, that is the thing actually. How to handle these aspiring pure devotees, how to handle, what is dharma for them, how to give the punishment. This is a crucial part actually, is pending actually. Because they are not in the spiritual platform. You cannot say he's a pure devotee, whatever he does. So we have to accept. No, they are in the Kanishta and material platform only. So then, because most of the society, the new people, newcomers are like that only. So that's why now those people has to be properly protected actually, physically and spiritually. So that is a
Prabhuji,
crucial role. Is the Kshatriya role is there. But how to do that? For that also scriptures are there. Definitely, if you find, you will find the way for that also. After Bhakti Siddhanta time, so many Gaudiya Vaishnavas also, they started brainstorming on this and trying to give the directions. So it is also there. And also we should learn from the Vaishnavas kings.
so in the existing system, the GBC's temple presidents, will they come under the Kshatriya class? Or you'll
This
just
is
call them
only preaching.
Vaishnavas?
This is one part of the society. So preaching Krishna consciousness is one part of the society. But Kshatriya means he is handling all the aspects like wealth, land, so resources. So it's a big thing actually. It's not just handling one small temple. It's a Kshatriya means handling the whole society. There's maybe 1,000 people of community, all the Varnas. So then to get the idea of what is the various job description of the king, then you can understand from the Chanikarta Shastra. But we have to now see those all things with the respect of devotion actually. With the eyes of devotion we should. Not the smartha thing or not the values of Krishna consciousness has to be maintained, and Kshatriyas also has to be defined, the proper Kshatriya training. That is the thing actually. That is one of the crucial thing is remaining. And one more thing is now, so to bring up the society, so Vaishnava Smriti Shastras has to be brought into the picture. Now still in India, Mataji, you may accept, may not accept. I know so many my friends, so who has very rigidly, so that means a conception of, they don't marry any devotee girl. They will go for, even if they marry, they will look for their own Varna, so-called the birth by birth. That is there deeply in India.
I remember even you telling me in Bhakti Sandarbha class that there is value to that, taking birth in Brahmana family.
But
That's why I was quite, at that time I was.
Even actually, Bhakti Siddhanta also didn't reject. So by birth, one may become, he said. But he said that what is the guarantee? So because to get, how can you say karma is exactly, so his point is, we take karma, okay, but how can you say that karma can so make him to take birth in this family? Maybe who is having the tendencies of Shudra, but so his karma is such a, he took the birth in the Brahmana family. And how can you say he's Brahmana, his father? How can you say that? His father is Brahmana. So he actually very much dig into that. And after that, that's why if you say they follow Garbhan Samskara, so how can you say, so his father's father is followed Garbhadan Samskara? Ultimately, there are so many questions will come, and the society is so much corrupted, and give the water for this. And maybe some good families and maybe some few people may be seeing by the seminical, so that means, so by the ancestral, by the, Brahmana, that means caste might be there, but we cannot make it as a general rule. It cannot be a general rule actually. So that's why general rule is, let them take the Diksha. So Pancharatra Diksha, I told actually in some class, Pancharatra Diksha in the, I think Bhagavad Rasmos only. So whether it is really Varna or the worship, I'm not, I think in this Varnāśrama classes only I said. So I have different opinion, but now, so Bhakti Siddhanta is saying that since Vaishnava is having the, that means advanced Vaishnava is a Brahmana actually, because all the Brahmanical qualities can be seen in him only. So that's why Pancharatra Diksha, that means second initiation, whoever is taking and worship, that means for advanced devotees only they give that. So not for the beginners. Beginners only Harinam Diksha is given. And for the worshipping the deities, for the advanced people by checking their devotional spirit and their cleanliness and this so and so. So that is given, and they are Brahmanas. You are getting point?
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with Shuddha Bhakti, right, Prabhuji?
Of course. So they are worshipping the Lord. That is one of the anga of the bhakti. So Pancharatra Vidhi is going to purify them, the beginning. So by when they get the Diksha, so they'll be getting the initial impulse. And also, that's a systematically initiation, first initiation, second initiation. Very systematically it is kept actually. By first initiation, one is getting enough purification, then only that is given. And Brahmana initiation should not be given for everyone like that. No. And also he's saying Brahmana initiation anyone takes, he should follow the simple life. He should not work under the. That's why we see some Maharajas in our ISKCON. Who is working in the factories, he never allowed to give Brahman Diksha. That is there in the Bhakti Siddhantas. That is there actually in that.
Yeah, it looks like two parallel lines to me. On one side, we studied about having Purna Shraddha, then your pure devotion begins, and then Purna Shraddha, we don't know if we have or not. That we don't know when. Purna Shraddha we have or not, that's up in the air. We don't know. So we don't know if we have entered into pure devotional service or not. So we are all in the Kanishta platform. That's my understanding. Now, on the other hand, now talking about Diksha today, you're saying first Diksha is giving you enough purification, and then you come to second Diksha, you're a Brahmana. That means you're worshipping the Lord, means you have entered pure devotional service.
No, actually, that much. So, what is the point is, Mataji? So, enough purification will make them to worship the Lord. And that's why Bhaktisiddhanta is saying that why the caste Brahmanas are not appointed to worship the deities. Why you are picking the people from the other Varnas and you are allowing them to worship the deities. So then he said that, so this is the reason actually. They will be enough purified, and that's why we are allowing them to worship. So because they are Brahmanas only. You cannot say that now he's a Sudra. His Varna should not bring out now. So this point he is bringing out. But he is now given Brahmana initiation, then he will be living the livelihood based upon like a Brahmana, like so simple living. That means Brahmanas, how they live. They are not working under someone. That's the point I'm saying.
Yes, Prabhuji, but I mean, see, so many problems will come. Now you have to have such a society which supports Brahmanas, isn't it? I have seen in Mayapur, some devotees, they decided now I'll live my livelihood according to Brahmana standard. And then they cannot maintain their family, children's weddings and all. Now in order to earn money, they have to go to America. Although they tried for years trying to live, because where is your income? How will you survive? Who is actually giving donations to the Brahmanas and maintaining them in the society today? Then what is their, what can they do now?
Yeah, I know the theoretical problems, practical problems, but the concept what Bhaktisiddhanta want to manifest the society, how he wants to manifest the society. So that is every acharya is endeavoring actually. It's not happening now, Mataji. It happened even after the Goswamis, they passed away. So the implementation of Haribhakti Vilasa and Satkriya Saradipika is not happened actually. So this Bhaktisiddhanta started reviving actually. And meanwhile, there are so many difficulties because the society is very rapidly is going in another direction.
Exactly.
And these Brahmanas, so this movement implementation is also getting so many practical problems. I understand actually your practical problem. I understand you.
No, but then is there any hope? Like, do we have to wait until that is established? Then we can actually enter into pure devotional service, or can we do something now in the current situation? Like, that's why I find Srila Prabhupada's preaching very practical. Like, work with what you have today and try to move towards that. But it's not like you are denied because now you don't have that situation, you're all denied. It's not like that. He took what he had, he worked with the hippies, and he brought them to the devotional platform. So that's what I'm looking at. This is what I have in my plate. How can I work with what I have? That's my question, Prabhuji. I understand the theory that you're telling, I understand the principles, but how can we apply them in the present situation?
And Prabhupada also stressing so much he stressed Prabhupada means we should not think that the half of his teachings. Prabhupada said so much. That's why these classes are there. And of course, I am not blaming one person. I am not saying you are a helpless person. I am not indicating you. But we are as a movement actually. So I am speaking, Mataji. Don't take personally. Yeah? So ultimately, so
No,
we
I'm
have
also
to understand. Yeah.
I'm also talking as a group, not personally only. I'm really trying to understand how it can be implemented in the. Yesterday also I was giving a class in the temple. One devotee asked me a question, Mataji, how we can connect. Actually, Kalpesh Prabhu, he's here today. He said how we can bring spirituality and the modern civilization together. How can we bring it together? That was the question. Because we are here now, and until we get to that stage, how do we move there? That's the question.
That's why we are there. That's why we are there, and we have to try hard actually. So what Prabhupada is saying, work hard actually. Work hard for that, whatever dream they have. We cannot say that, okay, this is a situation, this is in my plate, and you don't want to change your plate. You have to change your plate. So that is the thing, Namataji. Why we are there here? Why we are doing the class? You are understanding? So we don't want to see the people suffering like that, and we don't want to continue that. Because Prabhupada is saying again and again, hundreds of times, why we don't have Varnāśrama college till now? Why don't you think about this? Why you are saying this is in my plate and I will do this only? Why they have to think like that? Why don't they think what Prabhupada wanted? Why they are bringing the whole movement into the backward direction? Why they are taking the whole movement in a wrong direction actually? Just why we have to pamper the people? And if you don't give the push, and if you don't say the importance of this, then when they will change? Then you will also, if I say, oh, nice Mataji, you are doing whatever you are doing, nice, you do that. So what is that? This is the Prabhupada? This is Prabhupada? Then what you are hearing every day in this all these Varnāśrama college, these classes, what Prabhupada is, am I speaking anything from my side? Any one word I am speaking my side? So
No,
this is Prabhupada. Na? Why don't you see this is Prabhupada? What you are doing for this then? How you are taking the Prabhupada's stamp and you are whatever you are. So in the present situation, Prabhupada said this, okay, fine. Prabhupada didn't say like that.
We are already, packed. No room to stuff anything inside. What
Oh,
to
okay,
do?
that is your conditioning. You accept this is my conditioning. Why don't you want to put yourself as the best follower of Prabhupada? You should not put. I'm not able to follow Prabhupada. You tell that.
Yeah, I'm not able to follow.
Yeah, that is the first thing you should accept. I am failure to follow his instructions because I am not having that. I means actually anyway you are a woman, so I cannot Mataji. So you are not independent in everything. But just I'm not indicating anyone. But this is the situation. Everyone has to see. We are not able to follow Prabhupada. They have to accept. Because Prabhupada didn't say that only this is my moment, enough, and no need of Varnāśrama college, no need of this, no need of his Gurudev is shouting like anything. And how can you expect? Prabhupada 1949, he wrote that letter, then you should understand why this letter 4 moments are there. Then only I went back actually. Why he got this idea? What is the reason? So what are the sources for him? Because no Acharya will speak anything whimsically actually. And then if you see, then Bhakti Siddhanta's movement, this is actually. And then I went even further actually. Then if you see, it's Bhakti Vinod Thakur is writing. This kind of society has to be established. And Bhakti Siddhanta's disciples, so hundreds of disciples. So many, that means they run this so many, like his Gurudev, they also run this so many newsletters. So fortnight and weekly and also monthly, so many. And everywhere you can see this kind of discussion. Because they want Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj want. So even if you see the last letter to the Bhakti Vinod Thakur wrote to the Bhakti Siddhanta, he's clearly mentioning Daya Varnāśrama, whatever you are trying, that has to be implemented as a high emergency. And in the 1920s, 1914, he went, actually Bhakti Vinod Thakur went into Samadhi in 1914. So now it is what? 2023. So we are not going to wait. Whoever is coming with us, we are going and taking and fight actually. Okay. So maybe it is, maybe like whatever it may be, but we don't allow that. Someone said that Prabhupada said this only, we will on the face will attack on them actually. This is not Prabhupada actually. You are seeing the half of Prabhupada, half of his mission.
I didn't say this is only Prabhupada is saying. I'm
Yeah.
saying you should also give a practical solution. Like there's theory and there's also practicals, how to practically apply.
Yeah, Varnāśrama
Balance.
college we should start. We should begin. And why the same topic comes all the time, Mataji. So Varnāśrama college and whatever that. So anything, anyone little, that means like Vadata Bhakti. Anything can contribute. So try to, that means contribute that. That means maybe writing some essay and pushing this and maybe publishing or maybe somehow or other encouraging others to do. At least others may do. I'm not able to do, at least we people should do. Young people you are encouraging. Something actually. At least, but in the heart, that feeling should be that because if you are desperately so thinking that yes, Prabhupada wanted this, we should do this. So my Lord, so if you help us, did you pray any time? That means so Prabhupada wanted this movement has to manifest, and maybe so please use my Lord in this service. If you pray, then you are fine. You are right. Like I said, if anyone do the kukarma, Bhaktivinoda Jiva Goswami, what is saying? So if somehow or other the situation is unavoidable by his habits or anything, then what he said, one should all the time have that repentance. So, but don't argue actually why it is needed and why this is not needed. This cannot be done actually. Of course, you are not arguing, but anyone I am saying.
Yeah. I just feel very sorry that the thing is, I see the helpless condition of the people, devotees, and I feel sorry. So when you come down heavily, like this, that, I think from their side, and I feel, what can they do? I mean, they're ready to come, but they don't have any option. That's how I'm seeing. So that's why I'm trying to balance from the. And when I talk to them, you can ask, Kalpesh Prabhu is here. I am heavily supporting Varnāśrama because they have to understand this. And when I talk to you, I try to support so that,
I know.
I try to bring the two together.
I know. Actually, I understand. I know, Mataji, from 3 years you are hearing. I don't have any doubt on you or anything. But the only thing is you are representing the questions from them. So that's fine actually. So that's also good. Others also they hear and they will also feel the importance of this. The main thing is, yes, we should, the practical step is, you are asking practical step. We are going for practical step only. This is practical step what we are trying to formulate. So formulating, trying to get this some formulation. And now I want to present these concepts. So to the ILS actually through the pictures and some leaders, and also we are gathering one by one, different interesting people are coming. And so trying to make them encourage the different fields and have the Varnāśrama college at some time. It's not that today only. I am also eating whatever the food produced by the karmis and whatever the money donated by some people are working in the factories and giving money to me and to maintain. I am also not in the pure situation. I am also understanding this. I am also not so happy that I am pure devotion. I am fully following. But where that means something. So we are endeavoring actually, because if you endeavor, then Krishna definitely will give the success. That means he will give the way. If you desire it, he will make everything happen. And he will use us as an instrument. That's the thing actually. We should desire. Anyway.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, we'll continue. Any other comments? Hem Gopika Mataji. Silently you are hearing.
Prabhuji, actually, whatever Mataji is saying, everything I have come across because we have also been in Florida and North Carolina. And now we are in India seeing the situation, how the Vaishnava communities are, and especially in Vrindavan. All the points that you are discussing are really the life situation here. I really wanted to just, tell to Archana Bhakti Mataji, this is a real situation going on here in India, because I have seen both the phases. So I'm just calmly listening, Prabhu, because both of you are right in your own way. So I'm just listening, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So only thing is, first of all, Prabhu, the first point is conceptually clarity is not there. So you people has to accept what is the Varnāśrama, when it is needed, and what is Suddha Bhakti, and what is the Kanishta Madhyama, and Komal Shraddha, and where the Varnāśrama, how the Brahmana curriculum. At least it should be figured out, na? Archana Bhakti Mataji. So you're trying to understand, we are discussing and we are trying to get the clarity. We are not, so we have to see all the Acharya's instructions also, Bhagavatam and Prabhupada instructions, and everything is sitting in a right place. And so that our understanding, we are trying to correct. First thing is, we should first of all have the proper understanding. So of all the instructions given by the Prabhupada and also previous Acharyas, and also the information, whatever is there, or whatever the concepts are there in the Bhagavatam. So that should be clear. So first of all, many people are looking to get the clarity. Actually, clarity is not there. You should accept this.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes or no?
Accepted. Yes.
Clarity is not there. So that is the first and foremost thing. So many years we are struggling, and so trying to figure it out. I also get same questions like what, not you presently asking. So I was also against the Varnāśrama. Why Varna should not be there? So no need. Suddha Bhakti is enough. So Bhakti is enough. So like that also I went as a Purva Pakshi for the many times. And I saw, okay, this is, no, it is breaking. Once again, this, and like this going. And now the concept is almost all, it is clear now. So first of all, this has to be clear now, Mataji. If you don't discuss, and if you don't take up this angle, and if you just wrap if you just wrap everything and keep in a corner, then who will take and who will make the people to educate? Who will educate them? So that is the first important thing.
That's why I'm discussing, Prabhuji, to get my concepts clear. So you remove all my asambhavanas and viparita bhavanas.
Yes. Yes, Hem Gopika Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have one point to comment on, Prabhuji. Kshatriya Saradipika, actually I took Pujari course training in Mayapur Academy as soon as I came to India, Prabhu, 2 years back.
Yeah.
So there they have discussed this Kshatriya Saradipika by Sri Gopal Goswami, Prabhu. Yeah. So, I mean, they have just given us that, only, I'm not able to present the right point, Prabhu, here. Like they said that it is for Vaishnava community to follow, but it is very difficult in a practical situation. So we take only what is needed from there. Whoever is practically following, the Brahmanas, Vaishnava Brahmanas, who can conduct the samskaras, have to refer to Kshatriya Saradipika. So, it became like a manual only for them, Prabhuji, so that they can take up the samskaras following that book. You can practically see this, Prabhuji. Wherever some ceremonies are going on, they just take it as a manual. But never they have recommended that this should be this is a way of life for a Vaishnava.
No, it's a way of life for the Brahmana, I'm saying. Nitya Naimitya Karma. So for the Brahmana, the practice of the life should be, that means actually, Satkri Saradipika is discussing about the samskaras. I already said that's the same thing. That means Naimitya Karma. So there you will be, so how the Namakarana Samskara, all the samskaras, how it should be done, what mantras has to be chanted, everything is given. So that's why we have to do the samskaras in the Vaishnava Smarta, the Vaishnava Smriti, based upon Vaishnava Smriti. If you don't do like this, then Suddha Bhakti will be broken at that time. So that means for the Brahmana, Suddha Bhakti will be broken. And that is also is Vaishnava Smriti, Smartas, their way of worship. If you follow being a Vaishnava, so and they are following the caste Brahmanism, and that kind of Brahmanas are coming and conducting your ceremonies with the purificatory processes. So that is not at all recommended for our Vaishnava community, Kanishta Adhikaris of Vaishnavas.
Okay. And how about this Haribhakti Vilas?
Haribhakti Vilasa will be describing the first is Snana Vidhi, Saucha Vidhi, Diksha Vidhi, and many details are there. Maybe it's very difficult to follow all, because while getting the Diksha, in what day you should take Diksha, and what month, and what Muhurta you should take, and in which place, so many details, Nakshatras, or what kind of Nakshatra you should take, many things are there. So, but those are all, so we have to see how much is the practical implementation can be done, but the guidance is there. The lot of guidance, all the entire book I didn't read, but some portions I read. So Diksha Vidhanam. So how to worship? Diksha is mandatory. So what mantras? Various mantras are what are available. What is the mahatmya of those mantras? And which time you should take? Then Saucha Vidhi, how to take the bath, and how to how to clean, and how to worship the Lord, and many things actually. How to Tulasi. So like how to Tulasi Puja, how to do, and the like Chamara Vidhanam, how to do Chamara Vidhanam, and all every detail in the worship, every detail is given there actually.
Okay. So Prabhuji, so is it like Nitya Naimitika Karma for Vaishnava Brahmanas, right, Prabhuji?
Yes.
And not for Daiva Varnāśrama setup Brahmanas.
Yes. So
Okay.
that's why these people also they said to you, this is not for the everyone, this is for the, so especially Vaishnava Brahmanas.
Okay, Prabhu. Got it.
Yeah. So that's the point. And for the others, like Kshatriyas also they do worship, Vaishyas also they do worship. So then they will take the simplified of the method of the given from this samskaras they don't do. Kshatriyas and Vaishyas they don't do samskaras, and they do Sandhya Vandanam only maximum, and some worship, and that worship should be brought in from the Haribhakti Vilasa for the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Okay, so like this. That means by this Brahmanical work will be done. Brahmana Varna curriculum will be coming out. Most of the things. And remaining things, the Jyotisha and those things, Jyotish Shastra also, but Siddhanta gave actually. So he gave books on that also. Surya Siddhanta actually. And also, so Vyakarana, so Jiva Goswami gave Harinamamrita Vyakarana. And other, that means Vastu and other those things we have to see. There are some material sciences, like Ayurveda is a material science. Everyone, so that's obviously everyone has to follow that only. That is over. And Kshatriyas, how to fight and how to protect, martial arts, and the dharma for the. So this is the crucial thing is remaining actually. So being a Kshatriya, so Vaishnava Kshatriya, how to rule the society, that society. What are the rules and regulations? So only thing is he should understand Brahmana, Vaishya, and the Shudra duties nicely, and he made them to execute those. That's all. That is the thing of the Kshatriya. And if it is not happening, then how to make it sure. And if some punishment is given, so what can be the punishment for the Brahmana, Vaishya, and the Shudra? That has to be formulated. That has to be appropriately formulated. Then Shudra actually village technologies, like example, so making the pots, so weaving, producing the cloth, and carpentry. These are all normal work. This is anyway you should learn from anyone actually. So because for the Kshatriya and Vaishya and Shudra, so most of the like martial arts, we can learn from the Kalari. It is coming from the traditional many years, from many thousands of years it is coming. So it's a traditional martial arts. So to make body fit. So that can be learned actually. So then almost all curriculum is taking the shape actually. Only mainly thing is, so worshipping and the Smartha Vidhanam we should out and bring the Vaishnava Vidhanam. That is the main thing. The conducting the temple, constructing the temple, how to do the Silanyasa and how to do the, so that means different levels of the development of the temples. So that worshipping the installing deities, worshipping and festivals, how to do, different festivals, how to do. All these things is a very important cultural part actually, is a crucial role it plays in the society. That is given by the Haribhakti Vilasa. And So Satkri Sardipika. Just finally, before closing, Smartha Raghunandan. So it's a very, very, that means still devotees are following and he is expressing. Okay. Here, the modern so-called Vaishnava under the subordination of Raghunandan are actually against the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Through his own genius, our Bengali Raghunandan has accumulated certain smritis and preached them in various places of Bengal. At present, the society of aversion, so to the service of Hari, is being run under the subordination of those teachings. You are understanding? The Smriti Shastras are very important in the society because being a Brahmana, whatever he taught, all other Varnas will learn that. And all other Varnas are developing the same consciousness. So that's why Raghunandan brought out some so-called Smritis, and he brought out the deity worship and demigod worship, so-called demigod worship and the other things. And he taught to all the Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and everything. Then what happened? The whole society became like that. So that's crucial. Smriti Shastras are crucial. And our Acharyas, our 6 Goswamis, from the here to top to bottom, everything they did actually. For establishing Chaitanya's mission, whatever books are needed, important books, they didn't discuss how to do agriculture and how to kill the people by weapons and how to how to make the pots. This they didn't speak because that's a common science. Anything in the material world. But the main crucial thing is the Smriti Shastras. So whatever they teach, so Smriti Shastras, whatever we taught, based upon that only the whole society culture will be formed. So that's why Bhakti Siddhanta is saying this is the important thing. This is missing. So Bhakti Siddhanta, what is saying? This Raghunandan has accumulated certain Smritis and preached them in various places of Bengal. At present, the society of aversion to the service of Hari is being run under the subordination of those teachings. Understand? Moreover, many superficial devotees follow Raghunandan's Smritis, which are against Vaishnava principles, and thus uproot their spiritual propensities. So those teachings, what they did? They are uprooting the spiritual propensities. That means worshipping the Vishnu. Such people desire various forms of material enjoyment in the use of householder and consider that following Smartha Raghunandan Bhattacharya is particular limb of worshipping Hari. Though this spiritual community identifies itself as Gaudiya Vaishnava, members have in no way tried to safeguard the prestige of Hari Bhakti Vilasa, which was compiled under the order of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Understand? This Daya Varnāśrama concept is given by whom? Tell me now.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes, because Hari Bhakti Vilasa is compiled under the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So by Sanatana Goswami. It's not we should not simply say that. It's outdated. Many people are thinking in our way. Same, whatever problem happened after the Sanatan and these Goswamis disappeared, same thing is once again happening actually. So they are removing out these things, uprooting all these Smriti Shastras, Vaishnava Smritis, and they are removing out the culture and just to the superficially following the Sambhakti, and that is also not understanding the pure devotional principle and bringing the Sahajapan once again. This damage is going to happen now, once again happening. So this should not happen now actually. So the members have no way tried to safeguard the prestige of Sri Haribhakti Vilasa, which was compiled under the order of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Whenever they got an opportunity to follow the Smartha doctrine, which is opposed to the teachings of Sriman Mahaprabhu, they have readily accepted it. They should oppose it, but they accepted that as Smartha. In this way, they are accumulating the Vaishnava Paradas, totally uprooting the eternal truth and permanently obstructing the path of devotional service to Krishna. Whoever is not following the Haribhakti Vilasa, whoever is not following the Srila Prabhupada instruction, they are all doing the Vaishnava Parada. Guru Ravagna. So whoever is acting to diminish the Vaishnava, the Varnāśrama culture, they are all offenders to the Saint Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And whoever is, of course, you are not able to follow in the present current situation, but in the deeply you are wanting, then you don't have any aparadha. Because that is a helpless situation.
Prabhuji, are you saying that someone is actually working against the Varnāśrama system, trying to suppress it? Is that what you're saying?
So many are working. So many are working in our society. I don't want to mention names. They don't want to hear the word of Varnāśrama Dharma.
Not to hear the word means also not to act in that field, like try to bring that. Yeah.
No. No need of this kind. Only chant Hare Krishna, that is enough. This is Mahaprabhu. What Mahaprabhu they are deciding? Without referring any Acharya, without tracing out the connection, simply. So many Mataji, actually, from my day one, actually, when my coming into Krishna consciousness, so I'm seeing this kind of things. So many, actually, hundreds of examples I can give. Hundreds of devotees' names. Yeah, I'm openly saying it is in the YouTube. Anyone can consult me back later, actually. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. And what is the use of that? So we will push. So because this is the Mahaprabhu's mission. And Chaitanya, because if you desire strongly, definitely Krishna will show the way. And he is the person ultimately, Matta Smriti Rapohanam cha. He will give sufficient intelligence. He will give the sufficient ways to execute his instructions and his pure devotees' instructions. Yes, Hemagopika.
Prabhuji, might be, it's my personal opinion again, might be that many people do not know complete Srila Prabhupada's instructions or mood of Srila Prabhupada. Might be they are not aware of it completely, and that's the reason.
Yeah, many are there. I don't say that only opposing people also there, I'm saying.
Okay. So even after knowing Prabhupada's instructions completely.
Yes. And some people, they don't know, definitely. Because they were not taught, and if they hear somehow something are from us, so they will not be. So if they ask their own people, they will be suppressed. No need to attend those classes. How many are coming? For my Bhagavad Gita class, how many they come? More than 50 they come. 50 to 60. On Sunday, so the afternoon, JSL, from the JS only we took. How many came? So 11, 12. And that to my students, my Banaras students are 3 are there actually in that. So maximum, so 6, 7, 8 people they come. New people who are newly connected and showed interest. Only some, so 6 people, 6 devotees. Because, so most of the people, if they say, so this Varnāśrama college, oh, don't need to attend, but it's not needed. In Kali Yuga, Varnāśrama is not possible. So then why Haribhakti Vilasa is written? Then why Bhakti Siddhanta is writing this much? Then why Prabhupada is saying these are all instructions? Whenever they got an opportunity to follow the Smartha doctrine, which is opposed to the teachings of Sriman Mahaprabhu, they have readily accepted it. In this way, they are accumulating Vaishnava Paradas, totally uprooting the eternal truth and permanently obstructing the path of devotional service to Krishna. Warning to Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Therefore, the devotees are humbly presenting the topics to the Hindu communities of Bengal and especially to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. The hearts of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas are certainly shaken by seeing the Smarthas disturb and harass their desired goal of worship. The Vaishnavas will gradually understand that the pure Vaishnava Dharma preached by Sri Gaurasundar is bound by the Smarthas ropes, which increases one's aversion to the Lord. O Gaudiya Vaishnavas, don't relinquish the cultivation of spiritual life, thinking that you will transgress Smartha Raghunandana. So be familiar with Raghunandana and take leave of him forever. Sajjan Toshni. Who is writing? This is written by the Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And one important place, just anyway, I will take these several classes on this. Once again, just I am giving these some trials actually, which is very important actually, what our acharyas are said. Okay, so that one thing is there, how he is very with heart actually. Bhakti Siddhanta is where it is. Anyway, this is story after this. I forgot where I forgot to Vaishnava Smriti. Anyway, I will discuss in the future classes. Yeah. We'll end here. Any questions? Because many devotees, they go for marriage, a marriage done by the, because that is the showing, that means these are Smarthas, the culture given by the Smarthas to the society is against the teachings given by the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the conclusions of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is a revolutionary book written by the Vasudev, and the message of the Dharma Projita Kaita Votra, that kind of society Vasudev also expected actually. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just reminding us to follow Bhagavatam, which is the dearest book for him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srimad Bhagavatam. And so that is the culture based upon that. And of course, you have so many scriptures, Hindu scriptures, saying that this demigod worship you should do. 90% of society is still like that only. Now, this is not the preaching means what? We want to smash out all the Smartha systems and establish the Gaudiya mission, Gaudiya culture in every town and village of this whole world. That is a real thing manifest. For that very important thing, these are all. So to manifest the Varnāśrama college, and so to systematically train the people, and we need our own kings, and we need our own Smriti Shastras, we need our own culture and everything. Whole society, all the aspects of the society has to be revived. That is the mission of Prabhupada, and that is why he took heart and soul, because that is the mission of the Bhakti Siddhanta. And we are very far in implementing his mission. Very far. Okay, Mataji. Okay, my dear mother, so please give your blessings so that we can push at least to give blessings. So heartful blessings. I'm like your son, and so please give your blessings, and we'll fight for this for a whole 24 hours. Even if we work, we will not. It's not. So it's not sufficient actually. 24 hours. Okay. Any questions or comments? How many are there? No, only two are we only. So 1, 2, 7 devotees. Yes, Mother. Yeah, I'm Gopika Mother.
Prabhuji, only by attending these sessions, Prabhuji, we are getting a bit of clarity on the mood of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, it's an unfortunate situation, even for me, to really understand Srila Prabhupada's mood, Prabhuji. It's like really impossible for me, even. I don't know, Prabhuji, and it's my personal experience. And thank you so much for taking out the time. I know you're really very busy undertaking many things, but at least I'm
Yes,
able
ma'am.
to a bit, Prabhuji. Thank you so much again and again. Very grateful to you, Prabhu.
Thanks, Mataji. So, yes, definitely Vaishnava's blessings will work because many things will manifest like that only because those blessings all the time needed at any time. So, unfavorable thing will become favorable, and your prayers and your wishes definitely will push this movement. At least wish is there is enough. I'm expecting this much. I don't expect anything actually. So we are ready to fight, and at least if you heart with a deep heart, if you desire and if you say, so let my dear Lord, so please make this movement to manifest in this society, so that we want to see in every village, every town, everywhere. So Vaishnava culture, that's a Gaudiya Vaishnava culture. So clearly, everywhere that should be, and the philosophy should be very common. Bhagavatam concept should be regularly discussed, and in every temple, every village, there should be a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gaur Nitai. So deities should be there in every village, and everyone is following the Vaishnava etiquettes, culture, and that should be the desire actually. Let us pray for this. Yeah. Yes, Mataji. Yeah, Birendra Kumar Prabhu.
Krishna bro, Dhanvat Pranam. Just bro, trying to understand your instructions and just trying to catch the mood what you are trying to say. Bro. I'm just trying to follow through. I'll just try to see what can I do for you.
Yeah, we have to just preach, Prabhu. Main thing is preaching is needed now. Practically, we don't have any proper. That means things are scattered here and there. Those has to be brought, and many leaders also no proper time to give. A lot of time should be given actually. So many years we are digging and understanding the Bhagavatam and also the main purpose of the Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and also previous Acharya. So it's trying to, and without any ashraddha, sometimes what we do, some instructions of Acharya, we put so much ashraddha, and whatever liking, we put shraddha. This is also kind of thing is happening. So if you see every instruction of my Gurudev, my Srila Prabhupada is like my heart. With that, if you see, then intelligence will open actually automatically. Lord will give intelligence.
Yes,
so,
yes.
And even a single word of Prabhupada is not useless. And we have full confidence on him. And he is giving the perfect guidance for us. And we are his perfect, we want to become his perfect follower. So like that kind of deep heart, if you keep, then everything will be, so it will be given to you, opportunity will come. So now that's why only thing is preaching should be done. For that, we need to formulate the proper materials Like we should have the booklets, and also we should have books, and we should need the teachers for Varnāśrama college. And for doing all these services, we need the people. So and also some new people has to start. Now I took so much time to raise your consciousness, you people, at least some extent. I don't think that you will got full shraddha on this. I don't know at what time it will come out like bursting like anything. So but anyway, so I expect at least some shraddha is there. So to get the full shraddha on this mission, we need the proper presentations, PPTs, and also how to conduct their own Varnāśrama system. Now, other part of this society, in our ISKCON society, if someone has to start, from where he has to start, and how to bring up them. So what kind of teaching has to be given, and what kind of materials has to be provided with them. Like if anyone wants to, like Bhakti Vraksha program, they have manual for starting the preaching of this Udaya Varnāśrama and starting the Varnāśrama college, Varnāśrama research team, like Bhakti Vraksha, like his team. So Varnāśrama research team. So what are the guidelines? What background knowledge they should get? So these materials has to be brought up. Handbooks, manuals. So if this is done, so somehow or other, it will be a very, very wonderful service actually. So then we can go and to the every temple, because leaders are, most of the people are ignorant also. It's not that they, ignorant means they don't know how to implement it. They don't know what is the depth of this. And only thing is they need some proper, so if they need help, if you compile something nicely and give to them, and also if you give structure, most of the people they follow. The change will come like that, na? So one family, what they can do. So that's why, and also responsibility is also with us. ISKCON Daya Varnāśrama ministry. So Lord also fortunately gave the responsibility, also service, also authority also is there with us. There's no problem to approach any temple. So now the thing is, now I need so some help actually on these things. So to bringing out whatever you people heard, if it is coming up as some proper material, so it will be very nice. So many lectures till now we did, like 4 movements we started, and after that, so elaborately we discussed in 2 classes. Then after that, next we started the discussing of the Varnāśrama college and various other instructions. So like this we did, and various course, and what is pure devotion, because that should be, first of all, clarity should come. If pure devotion clarity is not there, everything will go into the vein. People are thinking already we are in pure devotion, then what is the need of anything else? Very, very minute understanding actually about the devotion, and very minute understanding about the vision of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going on in the society now. Very narrow, minute means very narrow understanding is going on. So that has to be, otherwise in the front of our eyes, the house of Srila Prabhupada, what he gave the blood for this, and that is going in a different direction actually. Very unfortunate thing. Okay, I need you people to continue at least, and keep on hearing at least if people are there, I can discuss, and so that something is recorded actually. One good thing is happening. So it's being recorded. Maybe in after 5 years also, even if I die, so in between, so someone will be, something is, oh, achha, these things are discussed actually. They will get the idea. So it's happening. At least my part is, if people continue to come every Sunday, maybe 2 people or 3 people, I don't mind for the 100 people only has to come. Whoever is coming, I'm happy, but continue it and we'll discuss, and more. So by this discussion, you are asking questions and things will become more clarity. And then, so finally we'll come up with the proper curriculum for the Varnāśrama college. That is the main thing we should achieve. Okay, you all come now for the every class?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I will be traveling from next week onwards. So for a few weeks, I won't be able to attend.
Okay, mother, no problem. You will be in India, na? Yeah, no problem. Maybe I also in that, okay, I will continue. Maybe after 11th, I will not. Maybe that Sunday also I will continue actually. Even one student, if he come, I will continue. Even one student if he comes. Because I have so many years taught to only one student. That in my life. And also I learned one student and taught also for one student. No problem. Because this continuation, the legacy of our acharyas, the vision of our acharya should not die in this material world. It should not be completely vanished. And if it happen, then it's a big problem actually. Okay. Thank you very much. Kalpesh Prabhu? Yeah, just
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I want to see your face.
Yeah.
I think you
Prabhuji,
might be in okay, Prabhu, no problem. So you might be in a different. Yeah.
Kalpesh Prabhu is Sonia Mataji's husband.
Yeah. Mataji is not coming.
Oh, Mataji is listening here and there, but yeah, she's.
Acha. You are also from Philadelphia.
Yeah, neighbor to Archana Pati Mataji.
Yeah.
We got association from her for it.
Archana Bhakti Mataji. Acha. Oh, Mataji's disciples. Okay. Thank you very much. So please bless us to continue this mission with enthusiastically so that we can give 24 hours. Maybe hardly we should sleep. Otherwise, we have so much service. We need your blessings. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.